This is messy. This, speaking of food, is messy raw. This is messy. This is messy. Do you hear me? Now, this is Darius Cooks, okay? This some messy right here. I first found out about Darius Cooks by way of TikTok during the pandemic because he had some good recipes and I sure tried them. Period. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie. I was over here like, okay, this is cool. Let me try that. Da, 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 da. Okay. Yeah. Well, there are a lot of people coming out speaking out against him. Okay. Let me see what we got over here. Because actually, he ended up making the Atlanta news. It was like it was one of their big stories. Last night. I think it was last night. And we'll talk about that. But let me see what else this other article is saying about him to give y'all a little bit. So he definitely, first of all, he used to own a few restaurants from my understanding. He had a few restaurants that he ended up closing down and stuff. So he does a lot. He gets a lot of his people, from his social media, his TikTok. He cooks and things, his Instagram. He has his, I believe his cookware. He also has his cookbooks and things that he's selling. But it's been said that a lot of people haven't really been getting their products from him. So when they reach out to him like, hey, I didn't get my products for this, I didn't get my products for that, then they say that he decides to like lash out at them and but dox them as well. He doxes them by like releasing their contact information. And it's two individuals on social media. I was watching on YouTube that I was watching their videos. One of them is called, did I write her name down? Natalie, lawyer chick, and this other guy named Randomness with Nail. So they have like full length videos if you guys wanted any details about this particular situation. Okay. But they are kind of calling him a scammer. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm still kind of shocked. I'm not, because I'm like, but I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know him to know whether or not he is or he isn't. I just know what I've seen on TikTok from the quick little videos that I've seen and the recipes that I borrowed from him. But outside of that, I don't know. But it looks like this article here, the Daily Beast, is saying Darius Cooks Williams went from an unknown Chicago food blogger to social media influencer overnight in 2011 after Sunny Anderson, a Black cookbook author and co-host of Food Network's The Kitchen, invited him to be on air as her guest for her hit show Cooking for Real. Now, according to Anderson in a recent interview, their once sweet collaboration turned sour after she says he misled his customers into believing that she was attached to his failed grocery delivery service called Fresh to Go, a business venture she had declined to invest in when he first asked her a decade earlier. So that's another thing people have been saying, that he's been asking people to invest in different projects that he's working on, and he's not following through. Okay. There was one story that was alleged that this guy invested in a project that he had going on, and he took the money from his child's tuition, thinking that he was going to be able to like double that money. And coming to find out, he ended up losing that money, so his child couldn't go to school that semester. So yeah, so when people aren't getting the money back that they were expecting, when they're not getting the products that they're expected to receive, they reach out to him on more than one occasion. And then what they're saying is that he'll block them. So he'll block all communication with these people and then turn around. And if you've ordered anything from him, and he's been very vocal about that, he has your contact information, and then he would take that and he would, leak that information out to other people. And what's interesting to me is the fact that doxing is not illegal yet. That's something that's interesting. They also said that he had a credit repair business. That I guess this woman ended up getting scammed with the credit repair business or something like that. I guess she didn't get her money back or something. I think he had to shut that down. So he's had multiple businesses that he's had to shut down, and that's coming from the word of other individuals as well as the news reporting that he's had a ton of restaurants and other businesses that ended up not going anywhere, that they call failing business ventures, and ended up shutting down. But it's just interesting that doxing to me has yet to become illegal. I'm shocked. This one lady called him out. I can't think of her name. I feel like it's the kitchenista, something like that. I think she calls him out for like putting her family's photos and stuff all on his page and things. I think she was trying to work with him at one point, and then things didn't work out. She didn't like how he was moving and stuff, how he treated his followers and stuff, and said that he doesn't like accountability. He doesn't like when people go against him. He'll block them and all that stuff. Her husband ended up getting involved, so now they're on this wave where they're trying to, pretty much take him down. Girl, it's messy, girl. It is, girl. It's messy. Let me see what else this article is saying before we get to the news one, okay? What else? Anderson says, if you want to know the truth about why I'm outing a scammer, it's because I am sorry I plucked him from Blogspot obscurity to be on my show a decade ago, and he took that opportunity and used it to scam, period. Not an IG post, no jealousy, just remorse for giving him any light, okay? So she also goes on to give a list of tweets, actually, and that's one thing that from the live videos that people have played about him. He always goes to the point of a person being jealous of them. Like, oh, you're doing that because you're jealous or you're mad or this and that. And the whole time it seems like the person's not mad. They just want their money back, or, they want their product that they were expecting to receive. And then a lot of his followers, when you disagree with him, a lot of the followers start to hop in the comments and start dragging people and saying, you know what you talking about, and da-da-da-da, and with the whoop it, da-da-da-da, I would have doxed her too, and she should have did this and that, and with the. And I'm just like, girl, I don't know them folks' experiences, okay? And I don't know that man like that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But they say anybody that comes after him or do anything, he decides to, let them have it. Put their social media out there. Let people go to their page and drag and stuff like that. Put their address out there, Girl, this one lady, the lawyer, what's her name? Natalie lawyer chick. She got all kind of videos. I was like, oh my God, I was so shocked. Because I'm like, are you sure like him? Because I had been hearing rumblings about him, but I was like, but then I'm hearing that he done made the news, and I'm like, what? He done made the news, girl. Then I turn around and I find these videos, and it's like a lot of lives. Like somebody screen recorded a lot of his lives where he said that he had some woman's social security number. I think it's the kitchenista woman. He said, yeah, I got your social. I know your address. I know where you stay. I know this. I know that. I know you lived over here. I know you live. I'm like, oh my. Got a full background check on this lady and everything. So now her husband is like, you're going to have to see me. And I'm just like, girl, this here is messy. This is messy. Darius Cooks is an influencer. Okay. He used to own quite a few restaurants. I think he's like a chef, I guess you could say. So he's a cook influencer, because I don't know what to call him, but he makes a lot of, different type of meals and stuff. And that's how he builds his business, based on the different things that he cooks. But he's also had restaurants prior that ended up shutting down. They said that he also had a credit business at one point that ended up shutting down. What else did they say? There is a lot of stuff about this man that I was not privy to. They said over the years, Williams would go on to develop a flashy brand with over 3 million followers across Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, as he sells cookbooks. He hosts dinner series and open restaurants. Williams isn't a classically trained chef, and he boasted online of how he's become a millionaire by applying his grandmother's cooking lessons, okay? But his warm public image took a turn for the worse over the last year and a half, as another business of his that promised to repair people's credit was hit with a 6-figure fine in Georgia. Now, what they're saying about this fine is that in the state of Georgia, it is illegal to do credit repair. I said, girl, what? I didn't know that. I did not know that. Girl, I did not know that. Okay, but I learned a lot from, Natalie lawyer chick. And I was like, girl, I did not know that was the case. I didn't know that was illegal. I ain't need it. I'm just saying, girl, I just didn't know that was illegal. But anyway, they said he abruptly shut his 3 restaurants in Atlanta and Chicago, and a torrent of claims appeared on social media accusing him of taking advantage of Black women, mistreating employees, and ripping off customers. So something else that was said on this page was that when he was closing his restaurants, people were alleging that his employees did not find out until like, I guess like they looked on social media or something like that. And then when they came to work, he said like, as a severance package, y'all can take whatever y'all want from the bar. And then turned around and said, oh, when you take this from the bar, I'm taking that from your check. Like it was some confusing stuff. But I'll try to link the videos down below so you guys can, check it out for yourself. But what else are they saying? Williams' troubles began when he and his company, Above 701 Incorporated, agreed the previous December to a $145,750 settlement, including $110,000 in customer restitution and a $35,750 civil penalty to the state for violating the Georgia Fair Business Practices Act. Okay. Girl, this is messy. The consent judgment with the state attorney general also required the company to cease all business operations in the state after operating an illegal credit repair business by requesting and accepting payment from consumers for its credit repair services before those services were provided, and making misleading claims that it could get bankruptcies and debts permanently deleted from consumers' credit reports without adequately disclosing the negative credit information cannot be erased from a consumer's credit report if the information is accurate. So basically, he was just managing business unethically, okay? And it seems to be illegally, according to this documentation here at the Daily Beast. Now, there's somebody by the name of Jason Bryant says he definitely scammed me and is still trying to charge me for a failed business of his. After taking the proper procedures to cancel the affiliation, Carolina Pound Cakes is still trying to charge me monthly. Oh, wow. And this was reported back in 2021. Y'all, this thing seemed like it goes very, very deep, okay? Ooh. Wow. This is so messy. He been doing this for years. Glad this story is now blowing up. He trashed and harmed too many folks, especially Black women. Oh, wow. Girl, I'm a bit shocked. Okay, they said last February, okay, I'm gonna continue to go with this article because this is some interesting stuff. Okay, last February, just before the pandemic and just after his business was hit with the six-figure fine, Williams abruptly closed his 3 restaurants, Soul Crab Atlanta and Soul Crab Chicago, as well as Greens and Gravy in Atlanta. A decision he said was related to mental health issues. Since then, several former employees have claimed that he was verbally and physically aggressive, didn't pay them, and neglected the warnings of inspectors who hit them with health code violations. An anonymous employee at Soul Crab Atlanta told the Black Enterprise that the establishment was so dirty and rat infested that it couldn't pass several state inspections and that they had to spend their own money to keep the restaurant's maintenance afloat. And the person, let's see, looks like another, I guess this is the same former employee saying, I'm patching up stuff. I got a whole crew in there on a Monday and cleaning, doing everything. And Darius is on vacation in Dubai. And literally, I'm in charge of a whole damn restaurant with 30 freaking employees, and you in Dubai, and we've got a major inspection tomorrow, and you overseas. Other former employees of Williams have also claimed that he left them high and dry during the closing of his restaurants, with one of them complaining on social media that she was paid pennies by him and was mistreated when she used to bake at, Carolina Pound Cakes. So they got a whole video up here of this woman pretty much going off. Girl, this stuff dates back all the way back to last year. Somebody said this man is a con artist. I was a server at his seafood restaurant in Atlanta, and he got arrested for putting his hands on me after I had a fit after he didn't pay me after working for him for almost a month. I still never got paid. Then the girl that was training warned me to keep all my receipts because he was famous for shorting you. She said to call the police on him one time because he didn't pay her. Girl, yes. He picked me up and tried to drag me out the restaurant. These two women that were dining there had to stop him. He had the nerve to call the police on me, but he ended up getting arrested because it was on video. I didn't know any of this, y'all. The two black women that I was talking to when he grabbed me up got up and said, "Oh no, we're not doing that. You will not put your hands on her," and had to physically pry his hands off me. Somebody said, "I know you're not lying because he threatened to try and fight me over a Facebook post. He hates black women and he has no problem trying to put hands on us." The cops were corrupt too. When they arrested him, they told me not to record it. I had to sneak in a picture of them escorting him to the station because it was right behind the restaurant. And she got screenshots. Girl, this is a mess. What alarmed me is the fact that he was so comfortable doing so with a restaurant full of people watching it all go down. The thing is, he's known for doing that. My first day there, he was getting into it with a girl that was a host there, and she was complaining about not getting paid. Baby, I never knew. Y'all, it's a lot of information out here that I'm shocked that this been happening since last year, and I didn't even know. I'm just not finding out about all of this stuff. I'm probably going to go down a rabbit hole. Yeah, so let's see what else so last night he was also on Atlanta. So Atlanta, Fox 5 News did a story on him saying food fight. Atlanta-based influencer posts personal info of critics. Yeah, that's what they were saying about him doxing people. One of the reporters actually went up to his door, knocked on his door, and was trying to meet with him, but he wouldn't really he was open to having a conversation. He just said he didn't want the cameras there. So the guy sent the cameras away and he started to ask more questions. And Darius was just like, "Listen, you're gonna have to talk to my lawyer. I ain't got nothing to say, da, 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 da." And ended up closing the door in his face. His company scored an F rating with the local Better Business Bureau over complaints he never delivered products or canceled dining events without providing refunds. Unable to reach Williams directly, upset customers voiced their frustration in the comment section of Williams' social media posts or live videos. That's where another term was added to the menu: doxing. And one of the ladies, Mrs. Holland, that ended up getting doxed, said she didn't even know what it was. Like, she didn't even know what doxing was. So there's that, y'all. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff out here regarding this, and it sucks. His followers dox people. He did that to Angela. Who's Angela? That's the main reason I know how shady he is. Shout out to her. That damn T.I., he was moving in a threatening manner on the stage toward that female. What you talking about? I don't know what y'all talking about. OMG, I have to unfollow him because I can't be associated with his likeness. Oh, wow. From Atlanta, never heard of any of these restaurants. I haven't either. I don't know when they close, though. Not you need Netflix to make a documentary. He can cook and fight. Yep, he'll do well in jail. Oh, my God. This is messy, right? This is messy, y'all. I feel like it's so much, though, that I'm still trying to wrap my head around myself. It's so much. Excuse me. But I'm just surprised that doxing is not illegal at this point. People do it all the time. All the time. I guess the doxing ain't illegal, but once you cross the boundaries of, I guess harassing, stalking, then, it'll hit a little different. Okay, so Angela is the kitchenista. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I just knew the kitchenista. Thank you for saying that. Appreciate y'all. But yeah, y'all, so this was messy. Whew. So let's go ahead. Yeah, very dangerous, right? Very scary. Very, very scary for them. Yeah, I did hear that, Nefessa. I did hear that as well. Mm, 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 mm. Well, that sucks. If he did that in a restaurant full of people, imagine what he's capable of doing behind closed doors. Mm. Wow. Mm-mm. Well, there's that. I feel like it was super messy, y'all. So we had to, talk about it because I'm like, this that made the Atlanta news. And I heard a few little rumblings, but I never saw any of this. So I just was like, child talking about, So then now I see it's a lot, and I didn't know that. Very, very unfortunate for the people. But yeah, so let's go ahead, girl. Let's move on.